Thought I was lying, I wasn't really sorry. So get that. Oh no. That's because I was thinking that. You're listening to WMSC Upper Montclair.
You are listening to WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is the Morning Buzz.
Woo woo.
I'm your host, Gabi Lutz, with my co-host, Terry Dickerson. And from my left to my right, I have the telephone, Adriana Tellis, and then I have the love doctor, Ian Love, and then I have the prince of the Braun of the operation, Alex Braun. Yes, I just did all of that. It was a lot.
That was
That
beautiful.
was a lot. But you know what?
The telephone one, that was different.
Ring
Telephone.
ring.
Yeah.
Ring ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello?
It's the telephone.
Adriana?
It's me.
Oh my gosh, it's her.
I enjoyed that.
Adriana, I think it's you. While we're on this phone call,
While we're here.
we have our hands up to our faces. Like we're on
Yes,
the
we
phone.
do.
Can you give me your news updates on the phone right now?
Of course.
Perfect.
Good morning. I'm Adriana Tellis, and this is WMSC News. I'm going to put my hand down.
Yeah, me too.
In national news, Iranian authorities say that they are investigating the poisoning of hundreds of schoolgirls across the country. The mysterious incidents may have been deliberate attacks designed to prevent girls from seeking an education, officials said in recent days, after previously downplaying the issue. Local media reports suggest the poisonings have been going on for months and involve dozens of schools in a range of cities, forcing young students to be taken to the hospital. In state news, the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection has issued a precautionary boil water advisory in Hoboken as the city deals with a major water main break. The DEP officials say that the advisory was put into place due to fluctuations in water pressure caused by efforts to stabilize service. In local news, jury selection is underway in the murder trial of James Ray, the Montclair attorney charged with the shooting of his girlfriend, Angela Bedsole, then taking the couple's 6-year-old daughter to live with relatives in Pennsylvania before heading to Cuba. Ray, 60, is accused of fatally shooting Bedsole, 44, at the home the couple shared in Montclair on October 22nd, 2018. Authorities say Ray made his way to Mexico and then Cuba, but was caught 6 days later as he tried to pass through customs. Cuba handed him over to U.S. authorities, and Ray, an attorney with a practice in Manhattan, had been locked up ever since the Essex County Correctional Facility, charged with the murder and possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose. And for weather, it is currently 25 degrees with an 8% chance of rain. However, we are expected to reach a high of 41 degrees by 1 p.m. today. For WMSC News, I'm Adriana Tellis.
Are you hanging up the telephone now?
I am hanging up the telephone.
Perfect. Alex Braun,
What?
the brains in the brawn.
You know what time it is?
I know what time it is.
Sports!
Amazing.
Yes, I'm Alex, and you're listening to the Hour One Sportscast. But first, let's get into hockey. Yes, tonight at 7:30, the New York Rangers will be facing off the Philadelphia Flyers with their new player, Patrick Kane. Yes, he's been officially traded from the Blackhawks to the Rangers, and I can't wait to see him play tonight. And also, the New Jersey Devils will be playing the Colorado Avalanche at 9 p.m. In basketball, we have the Battle of the Boroughs. I can speak today with the New York Knicks going against the Brooklyn Nets at 7:30. And spring training has officially started. I'm ecstatic. The New York Yankees will be playing the Washington Nationals at 1:05. But don't you worry, Mets fans, because the Mets will be playing the Miami Marlins at 1:10. And in Montclair sports news, the Montclair sports men's lacrosse team was clipped by the University of Scranton 10-9 in the non-conference action this Sunday. I've been Alex. This has been sports.
Wow.
Woo.
The energy always there.
We love
Okay.
the energy this early in the morning.
I don't know how you do it. How do you do it?
Oh,
Let me know how you do it. Lord.
I just look in the mirror and wake up my roommate every morning and just scream sports, and then I run out of the door.
That's amazing.
I don't run. I just kind of do a quick burst and then I get very winded and then I walk.
Yeah, no, we're 100% honored.
Is your morning alarm like the NFL theme?
No, it's We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
Close enough.
That's amazing. Now let's get into our first story. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, an Amtrak train hits a pedestrian in Princeton Junction Station. This is not too far from us, Princeton. A pedestrian trespassing on the Princeton Junction Station tracks was hit by Amtrak 178 coming from Washington, D.C. with a final destination to Boston. After the incident, the New Jersey Transit Northeast Corridor line had to stop operation. Now it's back to work with an expected delay of up to 30 minutes. The Federal Railroad Administration says trespassing a railroad track is one of the leading causes of rail-related deaths in the U.S.
Nice. I mean,
That's why they have the yellow line.
that's totally why we have the yellow line. And at the same note, like there's been a lot of train stuff happening lately, and I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned just because like all these train related things are happening all at the same time. Give me Mike.
All these train related things are happening at the same time, and it's a little concerning. But I'm kind of not laughing. I'm not laughing, but this
But you are.
statistic, no, I find this statistic funny just because like rail related deaths like happen on the railroad track. So I'm like, duh. But also, I mean, I guess they could happen in the rail car. I just thought that was interesting that they specifically pointed that out. But yeah, how do y'all feel about the situation?
I mean, it's an awful situation. First off, I feel very sad, and I hope the families are grieving. Okay. But it just at the moment there's so much train like debacle in America. Like,
Train debacle.
okay,
I think it's all over the world that there's train debacle. Debacle. Wow.
I
yeah,
feel like
your
it's
lack of
strange.
English today is really like affecting me.
Yeah.
But no, I think maybe the US needs to invest in the mind the gap type of moment,
I
like
feel like
the UK has.
Or
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to think of the Princeton Junction is like a elevated off the ground station, right? I'm trying to think if it's one of those stations
I
that's
don't
just
think I've ever
like
been to Princeton
I've
Junction.
I've gone through like if I'm
Mhm.
taking the Hamilton line all the way to New York, but no, I think it is like an elevated thing. So it's just like, I feel like when you take NJ Transit or Amtrak long enough, you gotta mind the gap. But like, who knows? Who knows how or why this person ended up getting hurt? And I really am so sorry and concerned for any systems that are in place that prevented that person from being safe. But still, I don't know what more Amtrak could do in terms of that. Because there's
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just people decide to make their own choices.
That's
and
true.
That's kind of where it is. But as a friendly reminder to everybody here in the U.S. and in other countries, that yellow line,
Mind the gap.
mind the gap. That yellow line, that means do not cross it,
Mm.
especially if a train is coming.
That is what it means.
So just keep that in mind for future
yeah, and we're also
reference.
going to be keeping in mind the status of our student loan forgiveness. I'm so patiently waiting, and we're going to talk about this in our next story. The U.S. Supreme Court might reject student loan
I'm so
forgiveness.
upset about this
I'm
information.
really, really worried, y'all. So yesterday, the United States Supreme Court had oral arguments about President Joe Biden's plan to forgive or reduce student loans around the nation. The conservative majority of the Supreme Court questions Biden's authority to cancel federal student loans. Chief Justice John Roberts said that this plan should have gone through Congress before being approved because of how much money is being spent. Roberts said, quote, "If you're talking about this in the abstract, I think most casual observers would say if you're going to give up that much money, if you're going to affect the obligations that many Americans on a subject that's of great controversy, they would think that's something for Congress to act on," end quote. Justice Brett Kavanaugh questioned Biden's power to forgive student loans. He said, quote, "Some of the biggest mistakes in court's history were deferring to assertions of executive emergency power. Some of the finest moments in the court's history were pushing back against presidential assertions of emergency power," end quote. Justice Sonia Sotomayor believes her conservative colleagues are making a mistake by not consulting education experts on the matter and how many citizens will be financially affected. Sotomayor said, quote, "Their financial situation will be even worse because once you default, the hardship on you is exponentially greater. You can't get credit. You're going to pay higher prices for things," end quote.
From a devil's advocate point of view, I understand.
Advocate.
I understand of like, what?
Advocate for the devil.
I was like, what? Yeah, no, okay. From that point of view, I can understand of like, one, this country is already in trillions of dollars of debt. Should we really get ourselves into more debt? As well as, it's going to make inflation inflate. But as somebody who was approved for the loan forgiveness and was just waiting,
You're
for them
getting
to
breadcrumbed right
unfreeze
now.
it, yeah.
I'm like at a crossroads on this one as well, just because I understand the financial worry. I have a couple opinions on this, honestly. Do I want student loan forgiveness? Absolutely, right? I think we need to really think the plan through just because of how many financial hardships we're going through right now with inflation happening, and we're quite literally going through another economic recession. So in terms of that, we need to focus on allocating resources back into our communities to get out of this recession, or I don't know if it's
Yeah.
officially quote unquote started, but we're feeling it. Regardless, we're
True.
feeling it. And I worry about whether this plan was a little bit too grandiose for Biden at the time, because I kind of agree that it should have gone through Congress first, but at the same time I understand why it didn't, because it wouldn't have passed. And it's still
Exactly.
not going to pass.
You know,
I feel like.
I think maybe like some years from now it'll be a great plan to have. But I think at this very moment, like, we're fresh out of a pandemic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on financial wise and economy wise that we need to get through first.
Yeah.
And then we can work on this. My debt's gonna be there 10 years from now, I promise.
And like going off of that though,
We can wait.
It's the interest aspect that I think worries people. And like, to also talk about the other side, it's also scary because once people, like Sotomayor saying, once you default, like the hardships that people are going to face are going to be huge just because of how much debt they're going to continue to accrue. That's why I'm like, do I want student loan debt? Absolutely. But I don't trust our leaders to have an effective plan to conquer this and also provide resources for people to get out of the recession.
For sure.
So I'm like, I'm worried in the sense of had we been in a different financial situation to begin with and this was being proposed, I would have been like, yeah, like there's no shot it won't get passed. I mean, the conservative powers still tend to not like mutual aid and allocating resources, but I don't know if that's a for sure. But I do worry for how we can proceed within the next 5 to 10 years with this enacted.
and also dealing with the aftermaths of COVID and the current recession coming on.
I think we just need better plans on things, if we're being honest. I mean, it could be effective, but I think, yeah, just better plans in general definitely need to be.
That's the whole problem. I get frustrated with situations like this just because, like, I'm a type of person who will constantly advocate for more resources for people if they're struggling, right? I'm very much like, I guess you could say that's like a socialist type of thing, but like, I don't know, I'm not a label gal. I just want to help people. Regardless, in this situation, it just seems like it's more, I mean, for lack of a better term, it's literally politics in the sense of like everybody's just focused on one-upping the other person or knocking another person down instead of the focus should be the people. And it just feels like a 3-hour discussion on this, yes, needed, right? But it's more so saying like it's not, the focus is not on helping people or acknowledging the fact that people need help and we have a student loan crisis right now.
Yeah.
People should not be like, it hit the trillions like last year, this past year, right? That shouldn't be real.
No, it shouldn't.
Debt, in
And
my
yet-
opinion, is made up.
I agree.
Poof, it's fake
I
money.
agree. I could not agree more.
But
But
now,
you know
like,
what?
I
That's
guess
what people will argue with you about.
they'll argue with it, and I know the finance bros are cringing at me saying this, and we're pushing opinion, whatever. But at this point, like, I'm just tired of people comparing apples to oranges and not acknowledging the real problems in our country. And then you have people in office right now, they're debating on whether we can get some sort of relief on our student loans
Yeah.
when we're begging and pleading for any sort of social relief. Help.
Please help.
Right.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, but I also think we need to move on.
Yeah.
So we're on to another train story. I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like these should have been back to back.
There's a little
Victor.
trend happening with these train things, so I'm a little
I
worried.
know. So this one is 16 dead in a train collision in Greece. So I mean, it's not just the US, there are train problems everywhere, apparently. 2 trains crashed into each other in northern Greece and have left at least 85 people injured and 16 people dead. Many cars were derailed and burst into flames after a passenger and freight train collided. Hospital units came to treat burn victims, and a dozen ambulances came to aid in rescue efforts. A Greek fire service spokesperson, Vasilis Varthakoyannis, I am so sorry if I said that wrong. But
That
I think
was
I think I did all right. Said, end quote, the evacuation process is ongoing and is being carried out under very difficult conditions due to the severity of the collision between the 2 trains, end quote. The regional governor of the area, Kostas Agorastos, I don't even know, I'm really bad at last names sometimes, said, end quote, it was a very powerful collision. The front section of the train was smashed, and we're getting cranes to come in and special lift equipment clear the debris and lift the rail cars. There's debris flung all around the crash site, end quote. This is terrifying to me because sometimes when I'm on a train and then like the 2 trains pass each other,
Oh my god.
it's like I like get like that, like I have to like stop breathing for a second because I'm just
Like you're
so
bracing
scared.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens to me too. And they go so fast. So I'm
I
like,
know.
oh, that's so scary. And like I keep saying, the trend of these train things, like we gotta do a little investigate because
We
this is
do.
a little scary. I don't
I
know if I
agree.
like this.
Sorry, shouldn't be laughing. The way you said that was really funny. I'm not laughing at the situation though.
We have
16 dead is a lot of people.
Yeah, and we had the Ohio derailment. There was one recently in Florida. We have this one in Greece. And then we have the Amtrak situation. What is going on with the trains?
I don't know. Maybe they
I feel like
maybe
if any mode of transportation should have it together, it's a train.
maybe
You have one way to go.
Maybe all of the world leaders need to get together and talk about trains because apparently there's some issues.
Yeah, that should be on the list for the world leaders
It
for
should
sure.
be on the
Maybe
list.
like not at the top.
But like somewhere on the list.
Yeah, for sure. Like maybe like the middle
Yeah.
to the bottom.
But it still needs to be brought up.
No,
Nonetheless,
totally agree.
because why are we all
You know what I'm thinking?
what?
Well, maybe Greece can take all the leftover trains from Spain, was it?
And
then
we use the 2 trains to replace the trains.
exactly
And then
allocating
they
resources.
can sell the other trains. Like Spain can help out
Mhm.
by selling the other trains that they had to then give the money to the families in Greece whom
who were
lost their
harmed.
family members
Exactly.
or who in hospitals because of it. We just
I
world
think-
peace. World peace.
World peace.
We
I
just did
think
that.
we need to run for office.
I think it's time.
I think it's time.
I think it's time
Is
for
this
a break as
our
well.
2024 announcement?
It must be.
It has to
Lutz,
be.
Move
Dickerson.
over, Kanye. I'm coming for you.
Dickerson Lutz, first of all.
Okay.
But let's
Oh, wait.
Oh,
That's where we need to take a break because me and Terry need to go argue about this for a second because I'm pretty sure my last name needs to be first. But we'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz. Stay tuned for more news and an interview at some point.
Yes.
Gasp. Stay tuned.
This is Valerie Meyer with 90.3 WMSC. Today, I'm here to tell you about Planned Parenthood, a place where any woman can feel safe and her voice is being heard. From contraceptives, birth control, and one
So sorry I turned it off, but you know what, Terry?
Terry was enjoying it.
Don't care.
Ugh,
I
so
I got
mean.
things to say and says to things.
All right,
and
then say your things, say your things.
things to say and says to thing. So Governor Murphy, I don't know why I'm talking British accent. Governor Murphy, don't tell me. Governor Murphy releases a $53 billion budget, or unveils it nonetheless. This budget that Murphy unveiled yesterday is to be used to support what is called the Next New Jersey. This is to be one of the biggest spending plans in New Jersey history. It's a result of the expected recession, though possibly a short-lived one. They haven't suspected anything more following the pandemic. The plan should lift government spending and make it more affordable for millions of residents. Murphy said, quote, this entire budget is purpose-built to help you find your place in the next New Jersey by securing your place in the New Jersey of right now. End quote. So basically there's this $53 billion budget, and it's supposed to help us in the future and by less government spending.
Interesting. So help me understand, where are they allocating these like I'm confused with this Next New Jersey. What are we, there's a lot of questions for like, what are we supposed to see?
I think it's supposed to be New Jersey, after this recession that they're expecting. But also that recession hasn't fully come through yet. And I think that's what it is like he wants to use this budget, make it cheaper to live here, and all that. And so maybe it'll work better that way.
I hope so. It is quite expensive to live here in general, though. So I'm like, how much relief
I
can...
think I read somewhere, which was in this news story by NJ.com that I read, that they're adding more, what was it? I think child taxes. So if you like have a child that's younger than like 5 or something like that, it'll probably cost more taxes on them and things like that. But otherwise it should help those who are older and don't have 5-year-olds. So
Instead of kids eat free, it's kids get taxed.
yeah.
Not the tax the kids.
Tax the kids.
I cannot tax the kids.
I know.
They can give me your lunch money.
What are we gonna tax?
Is government bullying children now?
I hope not.
You're 5. Get a job.
Literally today's culture.
Maybe that's the next New Jersey.
Is that the next New Jersey?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to stay tuned and find out.
I guess so. I hope not.
I hope not too. But yeah, so expect maybe possibly to be living cheaper in New Jersey. I mean, that would be nice. Our taxes are insane, and although not if you have a 5-year-old, apparently.
Imagine having twins 5-year-olds. Then you got
5-year-old.
Yeah.
Insane.
Well,
Insanity.
The matinee.
The matinee.
Matinee.
The baby
Baby
matinee.
matinee. That was so. I want to go to that.
I don't know.
Send me down to go with me. Can we find a baby and go? Anyway,
Find a baby and we'll bring it.
Consensually, we
Consensually
can
find a
find a
baby.
child.
100% consensually.
yeah, I would.
We're
never
not just gonna find a
steal
random
someone's
baby off the street.
I mean,
No.
plenty of
You have a
people
baby.
do.
It's mine now.
We're
gonna take it to a
Find
matinee.
baby off the street somewhere.
It'll help with the taxes if we take it off in hand.
Yeah, we'll help you with your tax.
Dogs are too high. Grab a baby.
Grab a baby.
We
Grab a
don't,
baby.
we
Take
don't
them to a
condone
matinee.
kidnapping. I swear. I don't want your child.
We do not. We do not. But I think we need to take a break.
We need to take a break. We just took a
It's
break,
gonna
but we
be
need
the
another
quickest
break.
break ever. And then when we come back, we have an interview with the president and the vice president of Montclair State's Ladies First. And I know you want to hear that because it's Women's Month.
Woo!
We love that like collective woo in studio. We love women.
We got a
So
nice
stay
woo
tuned.
woo.
Oh, stay tuned with the woo woo
Woo woo.
for the ladies. We'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz.
Hey, yo, do you know what the special feature tonight is gonna be?
I don't know.
Thank you. I unmuted you, metamates. I'm so sorry that I muted you ever. Why would I ever do that?
Ever.
Why would I ever do that? But anyways, we have a very special interview today, and it is with the ladies of Ladies First here at Montclair State. And that is Sophie Nyanga. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if the double A was Anga or Anga, so I'm so glad I got that right. And Deja Showers. So we are so excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. So we have a couple questions for you if you're ready for them.
Of course.
So to start off, for those who don't know, what is Ladies First?
Okay, so I'll explain it. So Ladies First is an organization here at Montclair to provide a safe space for women of color. So we do like mentorship, community service, and all of those stuff, just to provide a space for those kind of people here on campus.
That sounds great. What type of community service events do you guys hold?
So for Women's History Month, we're trying to go to like women's shelters and like volunteer, whether it is like to give food. We're trying to fundraise like clothes, like business casual clothes, and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's
amazing.
absolutely incredible. And on your Instagram page, you
Mhm.
guys talk about how you empower and teach overall self-worth and value to your members. What type of values does this organization teach women on campus?
Deja, you want to answer?
Yeah, I can take this one. So
Okay.
definitely on campus, we always want to promote how self-worth is important because, this school is definitely a commuter school, so a lot of people like to go home. And we want to create a safe space for people who want to get away from their families and bond with people on campus and make sure that they build friends and build lifelong friendships at college, because it's really important, because once you get to college, these are your lifelong friends, and you're also trying to establish your careers. And we also just want to make sure that guidance, like you have that guidance along your career path. So Ladies First is definitely here for you to make your friends. You learn along the way what's the right and wrong and how to help manage your career, well, whatever career path that you decide to pursue after college. And yes, that's what Ladies First does with self-worth.
That's incredible. And those lessons are definitely so valuable, especially for women of color, especially acknowledging them during Women's History Month. So that's absolutely amazing.
Of course. So, we mentioned it's Women's History Month, and of course,
Mhm.
you ladies know that. So what does Women's History Month mean to Ladies First?
For us, I could say it just means, specifically just because we're more focused on like the women on campus, it means a lot because in general, a lot of women go through a lot of things, and coming to college, like they just said, like it could be very like a turning point for a lot of people. I know for me, when I first came, it was a turning point. So we're trying to take this month and just make college students feel like this is our month. Like, let's just all be comfortable. Let's all like embrace each other and just love being who we are and all that stuff. So,
I
yeah.
love that.
Amazing.
And I want to talk a little bit about creating safe spaces on campus, just because your organization is predominantly about women of color finding empowerment. What do you hope people take away from your organization, whether that's your members, the people outside of Ladies First? What do you hope to teach the community outside of it, because you have created such a tight-knit community of strong women in your own organization?
So I could say one of the things that we do, we have this thing, because we have our general body meetings on Wednesdays, and we do this thing called like Watch Us Work Wednesdays, where we dress up in business casual every Wednesday. And we're just trying to change the narrative of like, women of color might not either be like professional, or they might not be like the stereotypical type of like business savvy women, or like women that you would see all the time. So like, we're just trying to change the narrative and trying to show people that we're more than what our skin color is, and we have something to like represent ourselves with, whether that be through our career, personality, hobbies, and all that stuff.
That's amazing. And I definitely relate to that because growing up, I went to a predominantly white school, and we get so many people on this campus who don't have access to that growing up. So that's really, really commendable that you all are providing that space for
Yeah.
that professional and personal development. So congratulations to you both.
For
Thank you.
sure. And I
Thank
mean,
you.
and
Go
I
ahead.
mean, you know, we are such a diverse campus, you know, so to show those who might have grown up in like a predominantly white area, they can see for themselves. And I think that's great that we're showing people that. So what type of events other than the community service event, like
Mhm.
events that you guys had mentioned before, what type of events will Ladies First be conducting during this important month?
Deja, you wanna?
Yeah, so we definitely will be having a women's mentored like kind of like a luncheon a little bit. So we're gonna have candidates come on our board and just talk about their careers, how they found out what kind of career they like, just give a little advice to like females out there saying like how it is going from college to their career path, and how it's okay if we don't know what we want to do right now, and it's just supporting us and just giving us advice. We'll be definitely having that event. We will be having a community service event, like Sophie said, and Sophie, we have 2 other events.
Yeah, so we're planning to have kind of like a women's week where every day of the week we're gonna have events. So this is gonna be after spring break. So March 20th, we have a women's hygiene event. This is kind of like our yearly event where we just talk about everything about women's hygiene, whether that be through menstrual cycles or changes within your body, all of that stuff, trying to make people feel comfortable. Because for some people, it could be a touchy subject, but at the end of the day, we're all women, we all go through the same thing. So we're just trying to make people feel comfortable. Then we have this event with another org called our 5-year plan with APF, which is All Pockets Full. Basically, we just want to have an event to like support women on like planning out their next 5 years, showing them like, you know, it's definitely possible, you could do it. How do you want to do it? We're gonna tell them to bring their laptop, or we're also gonna have like notebooks, planners, all of that stuff to kind of like make them feel like set for the next 5 years of their life. Then we're trying to have a heels dance class, something more fun. So we're gonna have like women come in heels, and then everybody would learn a dance from a dance instructor that day. And then our hair care bingo event, which is an event that a lot of people really like for us to have. We're supposed to have it. Yeah, we're supposed to have
It's
it
like, I
last.
like that event.
I like that event.
Yeah,
If you guys don't come to any event, come to that event.
yeah, because
If you
it's a
feel-
lot of fun. Basically, we're gonna be playing bingo and giving away like hair care products, like full hair care products like shampoo, conditioner. Last year we gave away like a blow dryer, diffuser.
Hair care products are expensive, so
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for POC hair. Y'all, my
yeah.
pockets. Thank
Yeah,
you for doing what
Pockets.
you do. The pockets are
Yeah.
hurting. It's
Yeah.
insane. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah, so we're giving away stuff like that. We're also gonna try and give away like, we're trying to get like hairstylists to come so they could give away like one big giveaway could be like, oh, you want like a free hairstyle, like she'll do your hair for one day, stuff like that. Then like they just said, our last event would be the women's panel. So we're gonna have like 4 to 5 women of color come speak about like their experiences in their occupation. So far we have a teacher, we have a nail tech, we have a designer, and all of that stuff. So we're pretty excited to start the week.
Ooh, y'all are busy. Y'all are so
Fun-filled
busy. That
week.
is so incredible because like I said earlier, I know students appreciate that sentiment, that care that you put in to helping the POC people feel safe on this campus and feel firm in their identity, because a lot of us don't grow up with that. And then to be affirmed in your identity, in your physicality and everything, like y'all are doing amazing. So thank you again for your work.
Yes, no, thank you. We definitely appreciate it.
Well, to wrap up, our very last question is if anybody wants to find y'all anywhere, where can we find you to learn more about Ladies First?
Okay. I guess you guys can find us on Instagram. Our Instagram is ladiesfirst_MSU. We also do have a TikTok, kind of, refurbishing it right now. I think that's also ladiesfirst_MSU. And on Engage, you could just search up Ladies First. And yeah, but for the most part, we're really on our Instagram. That's where we post like most of our events and all that stuff. So yeah.
Yes, on Wednesdays, we have our GBM meetings, our general body meetings at 4:15 to 5:15 at University Hall.
Y'all, today's Wednesday.
Oh
Yeah.
my
What a
gosh.
coincidence.
How
Right.
perfect of a
Wink, wink.
plug.
Thank you so much, Sophie and Deja, for being here and talking with us. Happy Women's History Month to both of you. We're really, really looking forward to see what Ladies First does next for the rest of the semester. On that note, that has concluded our interview, Gabi.
It
Thank you
on
guys
that
so much for
note,
having
thank you.
us.
Of
Yes, thank you
course.
so much. It was great.
All
So
right,
on
bye
that note,
guys.
bye. On that note, we're gonna take the quickest break ever. It's gonna be like 30 seconds, just to give you like, a moment of
A moment of reflection, we got to take
yes.
it all in. It's women.
women.
We got a lot going on
We
during
love
Women's
women.
History Month. We love women here.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a really, really quick break, and then we're gonna get into our favorite segment of the week, Seasons of Ian Love. So stay tuned here on the Morning Buzz.
You may not realize just how important you are, and you may not realize how many people truly love you. You are special, valued, capable of so many things. Suicide is not the answer. If you're feeling suicidal, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That's 1-800-273-8255, where you can speak to highly skilled, professionally trained crisis workers. Completely free and completely confidential. Available 24/7, 7 days a week.
God.
Again, that number.
One.
And we are back here on the Morning Buzz. I hope you enjoyed our lovely, lovely, lovely.
I forgot.
I hope you forgot the measure and buzz. That was so funny. I mean, I know I loved it. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I was having the time of my life.
I was
You were
also
a little
having.
pitchy at one point.
We had a great time, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Can I say I was held against my will to do that?
All you did was talking. You didn't sing.
I know.
I don't know how held against
Yeah, you
will.
didn't
I
have the
know.
fun part.
You had the fun part.
Mm.
Me and and Adriana had the fun.
I'm sure our former theater kids had so much fun.
Hey, not former.
Oh, that's real. You are in
Oh, no,
players,
he's still very
the
much a
programming board of the
theater kid,
SGA.
Has a whole segment to do.
I'm
That's so
very
real.
much a current theater kid.
I'm so proud of you.
Mhm.
Since you're such a theater kid, Ian,
Yeah.
would you like to give us seasons of Ian love?
I would love to.
Lovely.
So I'm just going to talk about some theater news today, starting off with hot off the press as of this morning, a Stranger Things play that's not a parody. Who would have guessed? I did. So just announced this morning, there will be a play set in the Stranger Things universe that is coming to London later this year with the potential move to Broadway or off Broadway in the future, depending on how that goes. The show, titled Stranger Things, The First Shadow, will take place in 1959 and will follow the story of a young Henry Creel and how his family is struggling to make a fresh start when the shadows of their past keep coming back to haunt them. The original story was created by the Duffer Brothers and Jack Thorne, with a script penned by Stranger Things writer Kate Treffry, and the production will be helmed by Stephen Daldry. I think this is really interesting and kind of begs the question, is there going to be more Stranger Things stories that come out, but in different mediums other than the TV show? Because we've got a play now that's going to have some important lore, I guess, because we've seen the name Henry Creel should be familiar to anybody who's watched the most recent season of the show. It's one of the central characters. I don't know if I want to give anything away necessarily.
It's been out long enough.
It's been out long enough.
This is your spoiler warning now.
Spoiler.
But like, I'm
Vecna,
gonna.
yeah.
Vecna. Have you heard of him? I don't know how I feel about this, just because like I think the Henry Creel story is a cool story, but is it necessary? I don't know. I just hope it's not gonna be cheesy.
I can see this becoming, play. Is it a play or
It is a
musical?
play. The
Play.
musical that's currently off Broadway is a parody musical.
Okay.
Mm.
So I could see it being a play. I could see Henry Creel being, having his own storyline.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'd want any more storylines than this.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing, is that the initial article also name dropped Bob Newby, Joyce, not Byers, it's her maiden name, and Hopper, but the younger versions of them. So I don't know if that was just to set the timeline of the story, or if they're actually going to be characters, but the younger versions of them. I don't know.
How far back? I guess they would be, because if Henry Creel was still alive in the present part of the show, then they would have been kids during.
Yeah, it's weird to think about, but I'm pretty sure Henry Creel and Hopper and all the adults are all about the same age.
I think I'm interested in this because 11, was young and dealt with Henry, but Henry didn't look that old.
Mm,
No.
Henry maybe
a little jacked up. I'm not gonna lie.
20s.
I was gonna say he looked like he was early to mid 20s.
That's what I was
Mhm.
thinking.
When
yeah,
we
early
saw
20s.
him-
Are we talking about the same person?
We're talking about Henry Creel,
Henry the blonde.
Jamie Campbell Bower.
Yeah.
we talked about Vecna.
My mom, I think this is so funny. My mom could not
yeah.
remember his name the entire time we watched that season. She would call him Venmo. Shout out to my
He took
mom.
money to all of his victims.
Oh yeah.
That's
Shout out to
fair.
my
been a
adorable
lot more
little
interesting.
Italian mother who could not remember Vecna's name and
That's
called him
okay.
Venmo.
I like that's the name of Venmo now.
I think
yeah,
I
he
was
one.
thinking.
He was number one.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of the dad that was in jail. He survived.
Oh,
Henry's- I
yeah.
was thinking of
Victor Creel.
Victor. You
Vic-
see,
Victor.
That would be an
Robert
interesting
Englund.
story.
Victor in jail.
Victor in
And no,
jail.
it was a mental asylum, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in the penitentiary. He was all
He was Robert
dealing with the
Englund.
trauma.
Okay. Yeah, now I got all my names right. In that case, but the thing is, we saw his young.
We got his story.
We got his story. So I'm
did.
curious of what is going to
We
be.
got the
in it.
story of what happened that led him being Vecna, but it sounds like this one's going to deal a lot with what happened before Hawkins and how that has a lasting, like why the Creoles moved to Hawkins in the first place.
Forgot about that.
They just can't change the story that's already been brought to the table.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
when they say it's gonna be in the same universe, like I think everything's just gonna mold together, which I'm interested about because I'm wondering if people don't see this, are we gonna miss something?
If they do this play and it's actually good, I wouldn't mind them making this play a show. Just as like a, like as a like Stranger Things spinoff, but that's as far as I would go.
True.
Okay, I respect that. Like a pro shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like maybe like an hour-long episode and call it a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a little special.
Mm-hmm. The Stranger Special.
The Stranger Special or
Strange special.
before the Stranger.
And it's funny that
Before
I'm
the
For
things.
the Stranger Things.
it's funny that I mentioned Jamie Kimmel Bower in that because a lot of people, including me, know him from the Sweeney Todd movie. That brings us into the next story. He's Anthony.
The boy.
The boy
he
that
sings
falls in love
Joanna.
with Joanna.
He sings Joanna.
I love how he sings that.
So
I could
beautiful.
listen to that song on
It's
a
funny because you listen to any version of Joanna pre the movie, and it's all it's very masculine, a la like Gaston-esque.
Yeah, kind of creepy.
And then any of the ones afterwards, it's very light and airy, and it's the Jamie Kimmel Bower effect. But
That's
going,
amazing. I didn't even realize that he
Oh, yeah.
was
he sings.
often.
crazy.
Speaking of Sweeney Todd, our next news story: are large orchestras making a comeback?
I don't know.
I hope. So Broadway these days has seen the size of pit orchestras dwindle rapidly due to ever-changing sounds that become popular in shows. While a show like Oklahoma in 1943 had a 28-person pit, which even then was considered to be pale in comparison to the 50-person orchestras that composers were used to, modern musicals have somewhere from the 6 to 10 musician range in their pit most times. This has to do with electronic sounds taking the forefront at a lot of orchestrations. So large string sections and booming brass instruments aren't as necessary as before, and they really keep it brief to drums, keyboards, guitars, and a couple strings most of the time. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a clarinet, but that's pushing it. Even when a show requires more orchestrations or more instrumentation, a lot of the time it can be done with pre-recorded tracks that don't require another musician taking up space in the pit or even on stage for a show like Hadestown. However, this season of Broadway is changing things up a bit, with multiple new shows bringing nearly 20-person orchestras back to Broadway. Whether it's revivals like Parade or Sweeney Todd, the latter of which used the original 26-piece orchestrations by Jonathan Tunick, or a new show like Some Like It Hot, or even New York, New York. The shows we see on Broadway today are expanding the orchestra to bring about the classic Broadway feel in the case of a revival where you want to harken back to the times when the show initially came out, or in the case of something like Some Like It Hot, they want to bring the audience into the time period of the musical. And there's more reasons why you'd want a larger orchestra. So there are constraints that change depending on how the theater rules it. And when it comes to the theater, they also change how much the minimum amount of pit musicians is and how much space they can take up. But it's good to see that some work is being done to make it as big as possible to capture that just grandiose Broadway feel. And I like that because I think that there's something so captivating about like a sweeping overture or just instrumentation that there's so much nuance in it. Not that there's anything bad about electronic scores. Like I recently saw 6, which is an entire electronic score.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it's
I did not know.
6 is just somebody on drums, somebody on bass, somebody on guitar, and somebody on keys. So it's a 4-person pit, but they make the best with what they've got, and it works. But I think there are some shows, like for example, Sweeney Todd, where when they did the first revival, they tried to do like a diminished pit, and it just didn't really work for me. I think Sweeney is one of those shows that you need a very epic orchestra.
Yeah, that'd be like doing Les Mis without a
Mhm.
whole orchestra behind it.
All the flits and the flare. I am so okay with large pits happening again, just because I feel like I kind of missed the goosebumps you get when like the music erupts like really powerfully from the pit. And like you still get that with these shows. Like I still felt that way with Hadestown,
Ooh.
but still I missed it, you know. There's nothing like a really lots of elements going on in a Broadway pit. Like you can't take anything away from that.
Oh
I
yeah.
get why it's condensed a lot because of like you have COVID going on. A lot of people like you said are transitioning to like the mix of the electronic and the live and all this stuff. There's so many different elements to why the pits are so small like nowadays. But I'm glad that in this new season we're gonna see much larger ones just because I think like for Parade and Sweeney Todd in particular, right? Like those are two shows that you have to have that big grandiose pit style, like all the instruments need to be there basically. I've been hearing the sound like clips of the soundtrack for Parade and I'm like, yeah, like this is
Oh yeah, it sounds incredible.
this is something that's gonna send chills down my body, like I know it. And once you like hear that 26-piece orchestra,
Mhm.
it's just mind
The
life
one
changing.
thing about the Sweeney Todd Orchestra that I heard, this is just on the first preview, so this could change. What happened is that, so if you're familiar with the show, it has a factory whistle that's pretty key to the plot. Anytime that Sweeney enacts revenge, the factory whistle will blow, and it's very piercing.
Mm,
And that's what also starts off the show. And apparently they don't have that for the new one, which I can understand why, but it's something that's going to be a little bit
interesting. I wonder
upsetting,
what,
but
because that's like a little motif that you see
Yeah.
reoccurring. So I'm like, I wonder what they're gonna replace it with if they'll replace it with anything.
they might bring it because, of course, it's just previews. It could always change before the show actually opens.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I go see it in a couple of weeks.
That's so exciting. You're gonna see it in previews?
Yeah, March 19th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Ooh.
that's my birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
Ian.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Ian's going to a show. on My birthday.
And we were just talking about Parade, booming orchestra. Well, we got some good news on Parade after the news from last week, and that is that nothing is going to rain on Parade's, well, parade. Thank you. In a good bit of karma and justice after the news of last week's riots held outside of Parade, the weekly grosses revealed that the show played to sold-out audiences within its first week.
I know that's right.
Yeah. The show was protested by alt-right neo-Nazis who disagreed with how the show handled the subject matter of the Jewish man, Leo Frank, who was lynched for a crime that he was later found innocent for. But even against that, they played to over 100% capacity last week, earning over $587,000. This is a very good sign for the future of not only this show, but for any show with an impactful message that might cause a public outcry for handling matters that we don't usually see on Broadway. And I'm interested to see what other shows take that leap into the deeper subject matter. But other high earners this week include Jessica Chastain's led Dollhouse, which accumulated over $811,000, and a favorite of Seasons of Ian Love, Bad Cinderella, which amassed over $684,000.
Now, why'd you lie to the audience? Why would you lie?
And
No, we hate that.
something interesting to note as well, not necessarily the highest earner of last week, but Sweeney Todd only played one show, yet it filled every seat and earned over $260,000, which if it can continue that streak for the 8-show week, it might break the record that Phantom currently holds, I believe, for
Whoa.
most profitable week.
That would be
That's
a
awesome.
moment.
I think that it would be well deserved.
For sure. Especially with how much they put into this show.
Oh yeah,
I would like to see Sweeney Todd
I'm surprised.
live.
I'm surprised that Bad Cinderella's up there.
Disgusting.
And they
It's a
made
dream of mine.
some money. They had to have made some money. I it hurts me to say.
They made money off the NFTs that Alex got.
Money off of the fact that it's an Andrew Lloyd Webber show.
Yeah. People have
That alone, people are like, maybe it is good. We have to go see it.
I'm gonna go see
yeah, they
it.
say just like
What if
that.
we went and saw it and we actually loved it?
To be fair, one of my friends did see it and say that aside from the corny script, it's pretty decent, and that the stars themselves are pretty
But is
good.
it pretty decent if the script is corny? Are they
No.
being a little bit too graceful with this?
Probably.
True. A bad script can really.
There's a lot of theater kids who go
Bad
and see a show on
script.
Broadway and they're just like, that's it. I see a show on Broadway. I think it's fantastic because it's on Broadway. And that's not always the case.
So that the whole idea begs the question: So it's not bad Cinderella, it's good Cinderella?
No.
No, the answer is no.
No.
I'm gonna go see.
I would just like to point out that Victor is in the corner of the room right now, fist pumping.
He just
And
loves
I-
to see us in pain.
He does.
Like,
and I hate
it's
that.
kind of sick. Like, really sick and twisted. Dude, you need to go into a mental hospital like Victor Creel.
Victor,
Victor Moniz Rosa and Victor Creel sharing a bed.
who wouldn't want to share a bed with Robert Englund though?
There's nothing you can say. to
I don't
do
know,
that.
man. I don't know. I feel like Victor got that spot, but
Wow.
anyways.
Wow, we.
Anyways, thank you, Ian, so much for this Seasons of Ian Love here on WMSC
Thank
Upper
you.
Montclair. So that was great. That was the end of hour 2, guys. So just a reminder, if you're just now tuning in, you were listening to The Morning Buzz here on WMSC Upper Montclair. And I am your host, Gabi Lutz, joined in studio with me, Terry Dickerson, Adriana Tellis, and Alex Braun. And in the other studio, but still in our hearts and still on this show, is the love doctor, Ian Love. And did you know that it's National Pig Day?
The
What?
Piggly Wigglies. I love
My
bacon.
spirit animal. Oh. I've always associated myself with pigs. And did you know that pigs are scientifically smarter than dogs? That's a fun fact.
As they
That's
should.
so
Arf,
cute.
arf,
What?
arf.
Did
And a
that?
dog on a skateboard. Arf, arf. So yeah, just a little fun little tidbit is that today is National Pig Day and also the first day of Women's History Month. So that doesn't really go together well, but
Yeah, but you know what? Pigs are smart. Women are smart.
so it works.
It works.
We're smart together.
The intelligence.
Pigs do ride bikes, Victor.
What?
Thank you so much for adding that. into
Victor,
your
what?
script.
If he said if dogs ride skates, pigs ride bikes.
Okay.
As they should.
When
Where
pigs
was the
fly,
punchline?
there was none.
Just old
There's
shut
none.
up.
There is none, and that's the worst part. No punchline. We're moving on. I just want to let everybody know that it's National Pig Day. But we do
Oink.
have things to get into.
Bacon.
Ring ring progresso.
Ring ring. Hello.
Oh my gosh, it's Adriana. Tell us you don't have to keep your hands up. I'm not gonna make you do that.
It's
You
the
wanna-
telephone.
It's the telephone.
It's the telephone.
The telephone is gonna give us news
The
updates.
telephone is here to tell you the news.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Hi, I'm Adriana Tellis, and this is WMSC News. In national news, Iranian authorities say they are investigating the poisoning of hundreds of schoolgirls across the country. The mysterious incidents may have been deliberate attacks designed to prevent girls from seeking an education, officials said in recent days, after previously downplaying the issue. Local media reports suggest the poisonings have been going on for months and involve dozens of schools in a range of cities, forcing young students to be taken to the hospital. In state news, the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection has issued a precautionary boil water advisory in Hoboken as the city deals with a major water main break. DEP officials say that the advisory was put into place due to fluctuations in water pressure caused by efforts to stabilize service. In local news, the jury selection is underway in the murder trial of James Ray, the Montclair attorney charged with shooting his girlfriend, Angela Bledsoe, then taking the couple's 6-year-old daughter to live with relatives in Pennsylvania before heading to Cuba. Ray, 60, is accused of fatally shooting Bledsoe, 44, at the home the couple shared in Montclair on October 22, 2018. Authorities say Ray made his way to Mexico and then Cuba, but was caught 6 days later as he tried to pass through customs. Cuba handed him over to U.S. authorities, and Ray, an attorney with a practice in Manhattan, has been locked up ever since the Essex County Correctional Facility, charged with murder and possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose. The weather is currently 25 degrees with an 8% chance of rain. However, we are expected to reach a high of 41 degrees by 1 p.m. today. For WMSC News, I'm Adriana Tellis.
Wow. Ring ring. We
Ring,
hang up the
ring,
phone
hanging
now.
up
You
the
guys
phone.
sound like two Italian moms who are calling each other to gossip.
Are we
But
not?
it's not gossip,
That's what
it's
we
just the
are.
news.
Is we not?
We're gossiping about the
We're gossiping
news.
about
What is gossip
Gossiping,
if
I can't
not the
believe it, Marie.
news?
Can you believe it, Tanya?
I can't believe
Oh
it.
my
I can't believe it. We gotta move on.
We gotta move on to sports.
Sports.
That hurt.
Piercing.
I was far away. Hi, I'm Alex, and this is your second hour sportscast. And first, we have hockey. Tonight at 7:30 p.m., the New York Rangers will be facing the Philadelphia Flyers with their new player, Patrick Kane. But also, the New Jersey Devils will be playing the Colorado Avalanche at 9 p.m. In basketball, we have the Battle of the Boroughs. The New York Knicks will be going against the Brooklyn Nets at 7. And spring training has officially started, and I can't be more ecstatic. The New York Yankees will be playing the Washington Nationals today at 1:05 p.m. But don't you worry, Mets fans, because the Mets will be playing today the the Marlins at 1:10. The Montclair State men lacrosse team was clipped by the University of Scranton 10-9 in the non-conference action on Saturday. I've been Alex, and that's been your today's Sportscast.
That was amazing.
Woo!
You are the brains and the brawn of this operation. Yes, I said it out.
That's
Like I said it.
horrifying.
Isn't that horrifying? So happy.
Wait, he says horrifying.
No, I'm so happy.
Don't play him.
We're in organized chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Organized.
We're
there's some
organized.
madness to our method.
Is there madness to the method?
Hi,
Uh-oh.
JT. Anyways,
No, we have here at WMSC Upper Montclair.
we have entertainment stories to get into.
We do.
And I want to talk
Entertainment.
about this just because I just found this out like yesterday.
You just found this out.
I did.
Girl, where
so-
have you been? Under a rock?
Yeah, allegedly.
Oh my
Apparently.
gosh.
What is happening with the Selena Gomez Hailey Bieber beef right now? I literally fell down a TikTok hole and it's yucky. It is
yes,
bad,
it
y'all.
goes back and back and back.
I
so
know, and
far.
it's a little embarrassing,
is.
but what many of the Selena Gomez Hailey Bieber fans have been talking about is why there's this beef happening in between them. So here's the tea. Everything started when Selena Gomez said in a TikTok video that she over laminated her eyebrows. What's wrong with this? Kylie Jenner posted a story with a caption, "Was this an accident? Question mark, question mark. Kylie is best friends with Hailey. Kylie later apologized and made peace with Selena. However, it doesn't end there. Selena commented on a post where Hailey threw shade at Selena's bestie, Taylor Swift. Selena said, quote, "So sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best in the game," end quote. After this, Selena announced a break from social media. However, before going on a break, Selena commented on TikToks calling and showing evidence of Hailey being a bully. The day after, Justin Bieber's mom, Patty Millette, tweeted, quote, "Hate is ugly, don't be ugly," end quote, at the peak of the drama. Hailey Bieber posted on her Instagram stories the song Calm Down by Rima, which is a song that features Selena, but Hailey posted the version without Selena. This is the last thing to happen in the latest thing that happened in the saga. We'll see how this ends. Hashtag
OMG.
Team Selena or hashtag Team
I
Hailey?
don't know. Hashtag Team Selena, but I did not know that she posted that version of Calm Down without Selena in it.
That was so
That is
shady.
new information.
You know what's interesting is that it all started with Kylie for this
Scenario.
scenario, right? Because Kylie was all like, "Let me post this was an accident," because her eyebrows were an accident. And
Because she
then
loves to throw shade.
she posted a picture, which this didn't mention. We posted who am I, Hailey Bieber? Which they posted a picture, Kylie and Hailey, of their eyebrows up close on the screen. Like,
They're so
that's
shady.
so shady. I'm
Like,
sorry,
and I don't
that is
understand.
not shady.
And I keep seeing these. I don't know if it's real coincidences or people are just really, really digging, but I keep seeing these TikTok edits of Selena saying stuff in interviews, and then they compare it to like Hailey saying the same stuff in interviews right after, and it's really, really weird to
I
me.
did see a TikTok that was Selena like remade a TikTok that Hailey made of like her doing just like hidden hair.
I feel like I don't know if this is. Do you think this is like a real beef
Not a real
happening?
No.
Why do you
I
not
think
think
it's
it?
Bieber
No.
beef, to be
What?
honest.
What
So
are you thinking, Ian?
That
I think it's just people are bored
know.
and looking for
I
something
agree.
to
Saw
start.
that before but celebrities are petty.
I feel like nobody's gonna let Jelena go.
Mhm.
So I think
they
it's so then I think when things like this happen, it's such a riot because they're like, oh my god, Justin, Selena, Haley love triangle. Oh my god, they're
You
being
gotta
so
keep an
shitty.
eye out for Celine or
Yeah, for
you know?
sure. You gotta keep a
Always.
eye out for Haley because like I'm gonna be honest, I'm low key team Selena.
I'm Team Selena.
But I
Selena
will
is
say,
queen.
yeah. And
How can I not be?
but the thing is, like, I'm not gonna act like Selena is like completely fault free in this
Like, she is a
situation.
bit shady herself. But why is there still this beef? Like, literally, Haley is married to Justin. Can we just like move on?
I think I feel
He's
like
not
Haley,
worth it. I'm telling you.
but
Look
they
at him.
started it. Haley and
Oh,
Kylie
no,
started
Haley
it.
and Kylie started this one, but who's to say that?
It didn't go past that. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Sorry, no, I'm like,
If they were not celebrities, nobody would be caring about this.
I'm a
Truthfully.
believer.
Alex
You're
is a
team Justin?
believer.
I don't know. Is he part of this?
He's team. It's just.
I
I'm
mean-
Team Edward personally.
Are you team Edward? Are you team Jacob? Or are you just team Bella?
Ooh.
I
I'm
like the
team.
dad.
I've
Team
never
Bella.
watched it.
Now that's a real question. Well, we'll see how this all unfolds or whatever.
Maybe there'll be more updates.
Probably
There definitely will.
there'll be more pettiness. There has to be
Such petty. Such petty. That's it. Just such petty.
such petty. You want to talk about the next story?
Sure.
Mm.
You know what's petty? Will Smith. We'll talk about Will Smith slap in a Netflix special. If the Haley and Selena drama is not your cup of tea, that's okay because we've got this cup of tea for you. It's a different flavor. It's like a chamomile tea instead. Comedian Chris Rock will talk about the infamous slap he received from actor Will Smith at the 2022 Oscars in a live stand-up special on March 4th, my mom's birthday. Shout out mom. On Netflix, Rock has only alluded to the incident with quick and short jokes and hasn't gone into great detail on what he felt in the aftermath of the slap. One of the things Chris Rock has said, and quote, the thing people want to know, did it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. He played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie in New Jack City. Even in animated movies, I'm a zebra. He's a shark. I got hit so hard I heard summertime ringing in my ears. End quote.
We
Chris
still
Rock is one
talking
funny
about
man.
this?
When did he play a shark? He played.
Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
He was
He's
a
the
fish.
fish.
He was a fish.
Fish.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that he was
Shark
in.
He was the shark slayer.
Was the Shark Slayer?
Were you the Shark Slayer, Terry?
On
No.
occasion, you don't know what I do. You don't know my life.
Slay.
She slays sharks on the weekends.
I can't say that. I was gonna say I always slay, but that's so cringy. But anyways,
The sharks.
and I find it so
The
funny
shark specifically.
where people wanted to know how Chris Rock felt after the slap. I'm like, pain. Like if that's what he
Obviously,
felt after the
If you
slap.
didn't know, you do now.
You do now. If you don't know, now you know. But but I wonder what this Netflix special, like, is it gonna be like a little doc? Like, when are you gonna talk about this? Like, why? Oh, it's his live stand-up. I forgot.
It's a live.
It's
It's
gonna be the first live stream performance in Netflix.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what? I'm gonna be so real with you. If I too got my stuff rocked on national television and I was also a comedian, I would have to put that in my set.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, if I got my
Honestly,
Chris
he
Rock
should be
on
thanking
TV.
Will Smith for the free material, honestly, because I don't think anyone's gonna let him live that down.
But at the same time, why are we still talking about this?
Because it happened to him, and it was a big thing that happened to him most recently.
And honestly, let's be real. The second he starts talking about it, people are gonna tune in because it was like such a groundbreaking.
I didn't understand really
face-breaking
when it
thing.
happened, why it was so important. I just saw it and thought, okay, it's just another piece of celebrity drama
But
that we see every day.
Really? That's what you thought? Because I thought a man just got slapped actually on live television.
I screamed, like I
I was
audibly
like, oh.
yelped. I was like, oh
I was
my
in an
God.
Applebee's when it happened as well, so I was not paying attention.
I was trying to figure out if it was staged or not because they hadn't cut the
Yeah.
cameras.
Everybody, I think, thought it was staged for a minute.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
But yeah,
So funny.
I
The
can
G.I.
watch this.
Jane joke.
G.I. Jane joke, bro.
Now it's a you got smacked
And
joke.
she was laughing at first. She knew it was funny.
I don't know if
I
she
know.
was laughing
She-
because it was funny or because she was uncomfortable.
Either
Okay,
way.
but either way, she laughed.
I wonder if he's gonna make that G.I. Jane joke in his special.
That would have been great.
I feel like he's using this situation because this happened a while ago. Like I think he's using this situation for
I mean,
people to
is he
tune
in
in.
movies or anything recently?
No, he
Will
hasn't done
No,
anything
no,
for a
Chris
minute.
Rock.
I'm not
I
gonna
know.
lie.
Then there you
I
go.
don't think
What
they're
has
making
Chris Rock
grown-ups.
been in?
Madagascar, guys.
Oh,
Madagascar 4.
Been in.
Madagascar grown-ups.
Oh my gosh, I love Grown Ups.
oh, of
Yeah, he's-
I
course.
can't believe you just asked that question.
He's
Ian,
been
I
in a
can turn
good
off your
bit.
mic so quick.
Chris Rock is one
Cancel
of the.
that.
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna cancel you right now. I'm gonna turn
What?
off your mic.
Think of
about
an-
to
Ian is
say?
done for the
Think
day.
of
No, I-
any Adam Sandler movie.
I don't hear
No,
what he has
because
to
how does he
say.
not know?
Okay,
Chris
but
Rock
let
is in?
him speak.
Let him speak. So what? We could judge him. Okay.
I mean, that's his prerogative. Ian, explain yourself.
Chris Rock is one of the people that flew under my radar that I know the name, cannot put it to a voice, can't imagine who they actually are.
Have you seen in your life Madagascar?
Obviously not.
Probably.
Ian,
Well,
Ian, you are sick.
Ian, I have issues with you right now, and we're gonna talk about it while we're on break because I simply can't do this with you right now. So while I yell at Ian, please enjoy this lovely break we have for you, and we'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz.
The Community Food Bank of New Jersey is a nonprofit organization with the goal to battle hunger and poverty in New Jersey. For the past 45
We are back here on the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Hey, I'm talking here.
I'm talking here.
I'm talking it.
Oh,
Move on the other side of the road.
Lord. Okay. Hi guys, we're back.
Hi.
Hello.
So we are doing one of our favorite segments, not our favorite segment, but maybe like our second favorite segment.
Pretty
of
good
the week.
segment.
Good segment.
Solid segment.
It's dating advice stories from those who have horrible dating lives, except for our Rizzler.
Rizzler.
Me.
I mean, I'm
Mr. Braun.
chilling. You know,
Oh, that's right, you have the boo thing.
you know, boot
Hey,
up,
yo.
boot up.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
High
You
five.
know what? We might not be boot up. That doesn't mean we can't Riz though.
Yeah, that is true.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
got some Riz somewhere
I
in there.
got some
It
Riz.
might be dusty.
I
but
got
it's
that
there.
unspoken
You
riz.
just gotta work on it a little bit. You know, we
Ian's
got.
got that unspoken Riz. He said,
I mean, they call him the love doctor for a reason.
I mean, it
Yeah.
must be.
I got that hidden potential that I don't use.
Mhm.
My Riz might be a little dusty, but it's there. So let's give you some dating advice, shall we?
Woo woo.
These are not personal stories. These are stories from anonymous people who submitted to Reddit, and we are gonna read them and then we are gonna give these people advice because we are just so qualified to do so. Are we ready?
I'm so ready.
Oh, you gotta be ready.
Yeah. You gotta be ready.
So this first one is called Girlfriend Clubbing with Random Men. Hello. Is it okay that my girlfriend goes clubbing with her friends and they join random groups of guys who are trying to pay them stuff? Meanwhile, I'm not there. She's going out and hanging out with random guys who try to pay for her stuff. Am I wrong? Is she wrong? I don't want that in my relationship, and I don't think that's right.
Chase the bag.
So here's what it is. I understand how upset this might make you, but I just want to let you know that these random men paying for her stuff keeps you from paying for her stuff, which makes your pockets not hurt.
Chase the money. Chase the money.
Yeah, at the end of the
As long
day,
as she's like staying loyal to you.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like she's doing any. Oh, allegedly, according to the story, she's not doing anything with these people. She's literally just clubbing. I'm assuming the guys are like hitting on her. Probably like, let me buy you a drink.
It's different when you go, oh, can I buy you a drink? Yeah, sure. Oh, thanks. Oh, I have a boyfriend, by the way. Thanks for the drink. Bye.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
But-
understand his frustrations. I'm assuming it's he. Because you know, he can't be there to see if she's actually not doing anything other than just getting her stuff.
Yeah,
bought.
the trust issues are coming out on this one.
And that's what, and you know what, that's fine. Like, I understand.
That's understandable.
You just need to have the conversation with her and set boundaries and understand what she's doing
Yeah.
and like build trust with her. Cause like truthfully, she can go clubbing and she can go clubbing with her friends. And if guys approach her, that like she can't stop guys approaching her and she can't go, stop guys from
Can't
approaching
buy her a drink.
Take it as a compliment. You have a beautiful girlfriend.
Yeah, for
But
real.
if you have those trust issues, you know, like if you're with your partner, you should hope that they're loyal
And have that hard
and expect
conversation
that
in
they're
the end.
loyal. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
like-
have a conversation about it.
Mhm.
You know, be like, hey, look, it really bothers me. I just want to make sure that you are being loyal. Like, I
Yeah.
trust you, and I trust that these guys are just buying you drinks and nothing else. But I mean, I can only hope that that's how it's happening. And if it's not happening, can you let me know
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we can move on?
at the end of the day, he's the one, assuming it's a he's the one that she comes back to.
Yeah.
So as long
for
as
sure.
there is this open communication of what's going on, she's being honest, being like, hey, I am going to bars and letting men pay for my drinks, but that is it. I'm not advancing on them or anything or doing anything more than just
Yeah.
letting them buy me drinks. In which case, chase that bag. Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
Seriously, I
if
respect
they're
the
offering,
fact, Chase.
Make his pockets hurt.
Yeah, so like on that note, what is it? What more is it to say? Like
I don't know. I
assuming
think that was our best dating advice yet.
That was pretty
Mhm.
good.
I'd say.
oh,
That was pretty
we'll
good.
judge after we get into this next
somehow
one,
all
right?
the dating advices are just communication.
Isn't that
Right.
crazy that that's
Just
how
communicate,
relationships
guys.
survive?
Yeah,
is
because
communication?
people really struggle with that. I don't get it.
I don't understand.
will
it.
talk all
Open
day.
dialogue. Open dialogue.
Dialogue.
Open
ears.
dialogue with me.
Dialogue.
Dialogue.
Let's have
Listen
some
more than you
dialogue.
speak.
Dialogue, please.
That's real, Ian. That's real. Listen
Just
more
gonna
than you speak.
dialogue.
Yeah. But then if
Anyways,
you're both listening so much and not speaking, does anybody speak? And then you just look at each other.
You can't
It's-
just listen. You gotta
that.
talk to me. Talk to me.
baby. Okay.
that felt like personal, you know? I feel like I felt like that was a little personal.
As
Anyways,
personal as
It
you,
might
Terry.
have been.
Talk to me, baby.
It might have been
oh,
personal.
God,
Terry's like, no.
blocking her after the
If you're
show.
listening, talk to me, baby.
Talk. Okay.
I feel
So-
so ill. Can I do the next story, please? Okay. So this is from a user who is 28 female. I have no idea why guys won't commit to me. Oh, dang, girl. All right, let's get into it.
We felt that on this end.
She says, I'm fun to be around, so all my friends say, and I have not had trouble getting boyfriends, but usually the relationships last from a couple months to half a year, and that's it. I am pretty strong-willed and independent, but I would not like to believe that all guys want some pushover naive schoolgirl to have as a girlfriend. I am not controlling or demanding. Also, in my opinion, I don't want the guy to do XYZ or be in an XYZ way, etc. I am perfectly fine with the way the guys I have had relationships with have been, but it's always them who start getting colder and colder and pulling away until I ask what's up, and they say that they have tensions in their lives at the moment and don't know if the relationship is something they can deal with, or that they are not sure about their feelings, too busy with work/school. this has happened my entire life. Guys pulling away, and I don't know why.
Now I want to ask the questions to the guys, not this chica, because here is the deal. Is she saying, oh, I'm not too crazy with it. At first I was like, when I read the headline of it, I was like, why won't guys commit to you? Oh, so you just can't ever get into a relationship. But she gets into the relationships and then she struggles. And I wonder, are you too controlling? Are you maybe not like caring enough? Are you too independent? Where it's like you might as well not be in a relationship.
Right.
I want to know details, but I want to know it from the men that she's dated.
She
not from
did
her.
also mention that she's strong-willed and independent.
Yeah, so if she's
There's nothing
maybe
wrong
she's
with.
too
There's
independent,
nothing wrong with that, but some guys take that and they will be a little weary about it because they want to be, you know, big macho man, take care of my woman.
Yeah.
And
I don't know many guys like that.
We're not gonna get into that.
But you make a good point saying like I feel like there's more that's not being said in this story and like I think she needs to be asking them questions and asking them like what do I need to do as a partner to support you, et cetera, because that might be where she's lacking in this situation to where like now that when they go cold they're like kind of, it just seems like they're kind of ghosting her after a couple of months, and it's like like maybe you didn't check in as much. And I'm not trying to place blame on her, right? Like Women's History Month. Oh no,
we love her. Not during Women's History Month. Well, you better watch yourself.
Right. But like for the guy's perspective, I think there are the dudes out there who will ghost, who will go cold, who won't communicate. But that doesn't mean women aren't exempt from that happening. So it's just a really interesting, like, I want to know more. But if you are this poster right here, I would say maybe contact them. I don't know. I would want to know why, like, hey, like, you know how people like contact their ex and like, hey, why did we break up? They want to know. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What love is
real.
Yeah, no, I feel as though I can't give you your advice, girlfriend, because I don't know you. And I'm just getting what you're saying about yourself, and nobody really knows themselves.
Yeah, like there's no way you have
perceived.
Right. And I don't believe there's no, after dating someone for a couple months to half a year, right? There's no way you have no idea why they went cold.
Yeah, no, I can tell you exactly why every guy went cold with me.
You see,
that is into my mind.
I relate to her in this story, but at the same time, with the guys, I feel like I would have that conversation. Hey, what happened? Why did you go cold? What is that?
Yeah,
I feel like she's not having that conversation, and this might be why she can't find a guy to commit, because she's not finding out what's making them go cold.
Yeah, and
at first I was like, oh girl, same, and then I was like, oh no,
she's not asking. She's not asking the questions. You gotta ask the questions. Again, talk to me, baby.
Talk to me, baby.
Talk to me, baby.
Maybe she should make a Google form.
A Google form.
And then they get to fill it out anonymously.
I've seen that before.
To pull the masses.
You see,
to
that's
pull out
smart.
all like how nice was I? How mean was I? What was your issue with me? Why did you end it? Would you get back together with me?
Can I interject and say that I've only ever been the current relationship I'm in is the only relationship I've ever been in, but I did during quarantine make a Google form and send it out to all of my crushes. And I did, and it was like how did you know? Like it did get response. It does work.
I would love to send that form out to people.
You know what?
I would get zero responses.
Oh, I would get responses. I don't know.
Or I'd get some interesting responses.
I was
like, I don't know what these guys would say to me, but I would definitely be interested to see.
It was truly eye-opening, I would say, because I don't really have a type. I just, if I'm attracted to someone, I'm attracted to someone. And the responses I got were just like, they weren't bad by any means, but they were like, oh. Like, you know, it was just like a really weird reality check.
I'm going to send one, and I'm going to send it to my ex. And the question's going to be, So why are you a cheater? Why did you cheat on me and I didn't find out till years later?
all just like, why did you cheat on me?
Gaslight me.
To the one guy I
Was I
ever
gaslit?
liked.
And don't
Like,
make
were
them
you able to-
open-ended. They make them
Yeah.
multiple choice because
Yeah,
you already
multiple
know.
choice.
Yeah. Why are you an awful human being?
Right. So true.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I
We
need to
love-
know like my ex crushes. I need to know.
Do you want to make up the Google form while we go on break?
I would
That'll be
love
so
to.
fun.
Let's do it.
All right, and you know what I want? I want to be loved like a love song by
Oh,
Selena Gomez.
I
Here on
love.
MSC Morning Buzz.
Buzz,
We'll be
buzz.
right
Team
back with
Selena.
a special. We're Team Selena here in the studio,
Buzz
and we'll be
buzz.
back with a special guest. Stay tuned for that.
It's been said and done. Every view you brought
behavior.
Such a
Turn my
rookie
fader up.
mistake. I'm getting there. It started to play something.
Rise.
My bad. Look, that was such a rookie mistake,
Hi.
guys. I'm so sorry I did
I know.
that. I literally that's so embarrassing. I've never done that.
It's okay.
It's
You
fine.
know, there's a
But you know what? Now you know what you're listening to.
you do know what you're listening to, and we have an interview right now. And okay, guys, I need to give you some context to this. So, if you don't know, after weeks of this show, my name is Terry Dickerson,
After semesters.
and
of
there was a
this show.
clone roaming around on this campus. I mentioned it like our second show, and he is here in studio with us. Say hi, you clone fake Terry.
Yeah, of course I'll say hi. You are obviously the clone. Like we talk about
Right.
this.
So we're in studio with Terry Nickerson, a student here at Montclair State University, and I don't even know how to tell this story. We never met until like a group chat a couple years ago. Weeks ago.
Wow.
I wish, right? A couple weeks ago, and we didn't know that we had each other's entire first and last name with the separation of the one letter. But here we
amazing.
are in studio just because it's kind of wacky and crazy. And you didn't know that I was real, right?
I didn't know you existed, but you knew I existed for like over
I
a
did.
year.
So like I'm an RA and I had heard rumors of a clone roaming around this
Right.
campus. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to meet him. But I've known this information. Actually, I'm a junior now. I've known this since like spring sophomore year.
Okay, so it's been a good year.
It's been a good year.
Mhm.
And now here we are.
So I have questions for you guys as a duo.
Okay, please.
So this is like big.
This
you
is
know that,
big.
right? Like you're very much aware of that. This is like big.
I know. I want to know what the
This is, like,
percentage of this happening is.
Huge, you know?
Huge.
You're this close from having like the same email. That's crazy.
I
That's
should have played the
true.
lottery when we first met. I really should have.
Like, his email is what? What's your email? Oh, I mean, I don't know if you want to drop
I was
it,
gonna say,
but
do you
it's like-
really want me to drop that?
It's like, what's your number? Not the phone number. On the email.
Oh, it's a 2.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
I have
Yeah.
the 1.
So there's another one of me out there.
Yeah,
I know. Gotta track him down.
I know. So
we
there's
have
Why
to
is it
find
technically
this.
2?
Hmm?
This is 1, 2, like
Yeah, no. Well, they have different last name.
no, but
Dickerson and Nickerson. So her email is Dickerson T,
no.
and his is Nickerson T. But he's the second Nickerson T, which means we need to find the other Nickerson.
This is
No, but
basically just
usually
putting my
1 and
email out.
2 is placed because there's a T
Like-
that says Montclair DBU.
I'm not saying it isn't, but
Oh, that's what
know
you
what I'm
mean.
saying?
He's saying that it could be like Nickerson J1, right? Is that what you're
Exactly. It'd be
saying?
like, for example, if it's like T Nickerson at Montclair, and then there's T Nickerson 1, and then T Nickerson 2, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the J is like if it was a J, like it'd be just 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I don't know
Regardless.
what you were trying to get at with that. Okay.
There
but
are
there's
more
currently
and they're
2,
multiplying.
and
That
they're
is the point.
multiplying.
they're multiplying.
They're
Yes,
multiplying.
and
They
this
have
is
to be.
terrifying.
I think we're osmosising.
Oh my god.
Don't
Okay.
that you?
It is.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
find out about
Chris
another
Rock.
one soon. I'm telling
You're
you.
Chris Rock.
I don't know if you want to be Chris Rock.
Oh,
after-
yeah.
Be Will Smith.
I don't know
Please.
if I want to be Will Smith.
That's a good point.
It's Women's History Month. Can we not?
I was gonna say this is not what good.
Ask your question.
Okay, so I have questions.
Yes.
So, obviously, when did you become aware of Terry Dickerson's existence, Terry Nickerson?
Not until what, a month ago with
Yeah.
the group chat, and then I'm sitting here thinking, because should we tell this story?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell the
All right,
story.
bet. Here we go. So I have a film set, right? And so we're putting a group chat, and there's me, my buddy Tom, my buddy Danny, and 2 other random numbers. I'm
Mhm.
thinking my buddy Tom made the group chat because it's Terry Car Vroom Vroom, because I was driving people,
Ah.
but he didn't send the first message. So I'm all like, who are these people?
Mhm.
And so what was it? Emily, Emil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they basically
Emil.
they basically go, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I added 2 Terrys. Terry Dickerson, meet Terry Nickerson. And so you're all like, finally, the duplicate. And I'm sitting here thinking like this is just some prank or something. Like I was like, yo, who is literally taking my name right now? Like I was ready to put the paws up right now, bro. Like I'm telling you right now. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna leave this group chat, but it was nice meeting you. And then 5 minutes later, I get a text being like, hey. And so I was all like, bro,
Creepy.
I'm not
This-
just being creepy, but I could just let it end there.
bro, it was like
I didn't-
10:30, 11 at night, bro. Like you don't look good.
I didn't want to impose on their like car situation, but I was like, I need to talk to this guy.
You harbored this information for over a year, and now you felt like you were harboring it.
Okay, listen. I had an in. I was
didn't
in-
have the contact info.
I
Now
did
she
it.
did.
I did now, and it was my moment. And I will say, even after I contacted him, I was like, my little hey, he FaceTimed me first.
Yeah,
Get
because
that
I was like, no,
Face?
because I was like, yo, I need to see who this is right now.
He
Sounds a little
FaceTimes me,
suspicious to
and
you as
it's
me.
like 11 p.m. and I'm in my bonnet in the dark.
And you're like, hi.
And I refused to turn my light on. I was like, no.
Yeah, I
no
was
one's
like,
seeing him in my bonnet? Nah.
because like I
No,
put my
no,
camera to the ceiling. I was like, I'm not showing my face right now until they go first. I was all like, I'm not doing it until they go first.
So it was so you FaceTimed this person, aka Terry.
Yeah.
and you just were like,
Who is
"No,
you? I was like, let me talk to you.
but I'm not showing my face."
Exactly. I was like, let me talk to you. Let me tell you something right now.
Let me tell you something.
Let me
Right
tell
now.
you. Yo.
So yeah, that's kind of how that started.
This is
And then
absolutely
I had
astonishing.
told him about the morning buzz, and now he's here chatting it up.
Yes. So you had the FaceTime,
We did.
and then you met in person.
Eventually.
We did.
Can you tell me what that was like? Was it like the
Okay.
Spider-Man meme?
A little bit, I would say, like after I realized we were in the same room, because he was ushering at the production of Everybody.
So you didn't know you were in the same room? at
No, he texted me. I was going to class. I had a night class.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Are you in the school of comms right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And then he's like, "I'm ushering upstairs." So then I had used the bathroom, quote unquote, and I went upstairs to go say hi. And yeah, it was weird. And we refuse, even to this day, to make like I won't fist bump this guy, because if I
You
do,
went in for the fist bump first. I was
I
the one that
did.
said don't.
I
What are
did.
you talking about?
I didn't think about it. And then I thought, oh,
So you both now refuse to make human contact. Can we,
can we?
on air,
No.
Mhm.
fist bump
Do you want
for
to?
the Facebook?
I'm telling you right now, a black hole is gonna open, or
And
like
I think,
one of us.
I think I need to
Yeah.
see this happen live in.
You
I'm telling you right now.
okay with it?
Yo, one of us is gonna get in a car accident later today because there can only be one or
Oh,
something.
I'm not
If it's gonna
manifesting
happen,
this.
it's gotta be live.
Okay,
Like it can't happen out of
I'm
here.
gonna turn my Zoom this way. If
Oh my
you're down,
gosh.
I'm
Do you want
down.
me
Oh my gosh, it's happening. They're about to fist bump.
Yo, no, because something bad's gonna happen today. I'm telling you
God,
now.
that's so crazy.
I'm coming in for
Yo,
the wind up.
and no one cares. And no one cares.
I'm gonna have it in studio. You've got to do
You
it.
have to do like a play-by-play.
Okay, I'm doing a play-by-play. Terry backs up and she winds up her fist like she's gonna go whop him, and I don't know why. And she comes through, and Terry Nickerson just puts his fist out very boring, and they're inches away.
It happened.
They did it. They have officially.
I think everything's fine. I'm
Don't
looking-
say that. It's only been a few seconds. We're gonna get something on
They
the
fist
news
bumped.
in an hour.
I thought it,
It
was
was
gonna
very
be
quick
like
fist
a
bump, but it
an
happened.
instant explosion happening. You
That's
know,
what we
I thought
expected.
this whole studio was gonna go.
Yeah.
My world just exploded.
If
so I think
we
that's
find
enough.
out on the news a meteor is headed towards Earth, I am so blaming the station right
I'm
now. I am so blaming the station. I was literally like, you guys literally have to get rid of this meteor for the planet, or else I'm doxing all of you right now.
Oh.
I'm putting all your emails out there because you did it to me. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you put mine, I'm putting yours.
Realistically, you gave the number and everybody already knew your name.
Oh my god, I
That's
showed
real.
up. I showed up and get my number.
That's so
you gave the
real.
number. That's your fault.
Jesus.
But nobody knows how to spell Nickerson, so let's leave it that way.
I mean, if anybody knows
it's-
phonetics,
Yeah,
But it could
it's
be it with just an N or a KN.
we'll leave them
So
guessing.
We'll leave them guessing. You're welcome.
Go Nick.
Solved
don't
your
know.
problem.
I don't know about that.
I just solved your problem.
Do you have any more questions for
I
us?
do. So I have two.
I hate how Victor has worded these questions.
So what
Wait, you can see them. I
future-
can. How do I do this?
you
We
can't.
just-
Oh,
This is leaving a mystery to you.
oh my god.
So what is the future of the Terry Wonder twins?
This is literally the only time we're ever going to talk. I never want to talk to you again after this. Like, if I see you again in person, I'm going in the opposite direction.
No, that's real. I
This is
respect that.
awful. That's so awful.
I didn't say it was nice.
He's a pessimist, you know.
I can tell.
I think
I
that's
can
like,
very much tell.
I think that's a contrast between it. I'm very jovial, so loving. You know,
How about that one? Chief?
I'm so jovial and loving and funny,
Hmm.
and like he's just the
Mhm.
opposite
But
of that.
excuse?
Funny.
Yeah.
Trust me, if I could curse on this show, oh my god, I would be giving out some amazing stories.
Right now,
I would be giving amazing stories right now.
the Earth too.
Yes, because you are the Earth through Terry. Like, yeah, we checked the birthdays too. I was like, yo, I was here
He did check
first.
the birthday.
Wait,
He
so when's your birthday?
September 6th.
When's your birthday?
October 31st.
Oh,
I know. I know. But I will still stand firm in the fact that I am the top tier, the queen of the hill, if you will.
I don't know about that.
That's
about that.
okay.
Why
You have
can't
to
you
believe
rule
it.
together as queen and king?
There can only be one. Excuse? Is that racial? Like, what is that? Yo. Is that racist?
For clarification for our listeners, I'm a Black and Filipino woman. This is a Caucasian man.
Like, yo, that sounds like a race thing. Like,
It's a white man.
a white? A white? Yeah.
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 Say to that.
Like,
I
I don't-
said king and queen, and she said no.
yeah.
No, he said like that's what it is. That's what it is.
You ask these questions. This is what you put us on right now.
Okay. I have to move back.
Yeah, probably like that one better than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest.
One last question.
Okay, please.
So if Terry Dickerson is Terry Thunder,
According to Victor.
according to
What
Victor,
is that
Th-
name?
That's what he calls me.
Terry
that-
Thunder. I
That's
don't
the
know.
name you thought of?
Is Terry Nickerson Terry Lightning?
Oh my
Could
God.
count.
But you
You know what? That's going in the Instagram bio, I guess, by the end
Terry
of it.
Lightning?
Why not?
ask a follow-up question though.
No.
Do you have any weird nicknames that people give you?
Weird nicknames?
Yeah. Appropriate for
I was
your
going to
name?
say there's a bunch I cannot say on air that
Appropriate
you and I
for-
went over. Like, I cannot say a
How
bunch
about
of
for the name Terry.
name Terry.
Yes.
I don't think so. Like, the most I got caught or got called was the ones I told you. And
Okay.
I cannot say
So you
those.
went that route.
So
I didn't go
curious.
that route.
You
People
don't
just
know
went
the
that to
same
me.
The universe went that route. For me, I get the cute little like the Terry Berry, the Terry Bear,
I get Terror Bear all the time.
yeah, the pterodactyl.
Terry
So you
Dickerson
don't
is
get
my
none
Terror
of,
Bear.
you don't get none of that.
The most I got was there was a day going into acting. My buddy Eli, he wanted to hit 10 of like just dumb nicknames, and he hit 10, but like,
For you specifically?
yeah, just
Okay.
using the name Terry. And like he got them all. He got 10,
That's
but like that was the
impressive.
closest.
Do you
That-
remember one of them that he said?
Mr. T, obviously.
Mr. T.
Literally.
That's funny. Okay, respect it.
Yeah.
All right, solid.
Yeah.
Terror piece of paper.
Yeah,
Boom.
that was good.
You know what? If I wasn't gonna get, no, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I was about to say kind of something messed up after hearing that. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
Oh,
thanks
Lord.
for coming into my space,
Oh,
into,
my
into
God.
my earth.
And
Oh.
fist bumping
And
right in
fist
front of my
bumping,
eyes. That
yeah.
was so fun.
I know. I'm glad you got to experience that. But thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate your existence. I guess.
Literally never ever gonna talk to you again.
Right. I'll see you later, brother.
No, you will not.
Go to break.
We'll take the quickest break here on the Morning Buzz, and when we come back, we'll have some weird stories for you, I guess. All right.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you
You're welcome. I thought that was pretty good. I don't know. Let me know. Please tell me. All right, guys. So you had just heard Terry Dickerson and Nickerson live on air, and it was crazy. It was so crazy. I
We
was
just
like,
broke the world.
You did by just one fist bump. So,
Fist bumps all it takes.
I'm a
Sometimes.
changed man.
you are a changed man.
Yeah.
In love.
Wacky
Um,
guy, but he's good people. He's good people. I'm glad we got to talk. But
Little
we gotta get into
wackadoo.
our silly stories for the next 9 minutes of our show.
Oh, no,
Aw,
it's not-
silly.
That's so sad.
Isn't it?
I'm sad now.
Get into it.
Okay, but we can be happy because we're gonna talk about Times Square.
Times Square.
Times
I
Square.
don't know if
Times
we're gonna talk
Square.
about Times Square.
We love
Well,
Times Square.
You know, we're gonna talk about Times Square.
Okay.
Times Square. So Times Square may open a skyscraper free fall drop ride.
Whoa.
That's fun. I would ride it. A new building at 748th Avenue is making its way to New York City, and it's going to have a hotel, a restaurant, and a free fall drop ride. Yes, you heard me correctly, people of Earth. The new project proposed wants to add a vertical drop ride to attract tourists and maybe some New Yorkers. It would attract me, and I mean, I'm a New Jersey right outside of New Yorker.
I'm a Jersey gal myself.
I'm a
I like
Jersey
how
gal.
it says tourists and maybe some New Yorkers because New Yorkers hate Times Square.
But I love free fall drop rides. Okay. The proposed design will have two sections. The lower section of the building will have hotel rooms and retail shopping, and the upper section will have a restaurant and VIP lounge. And right in the middle of the building,
Free fall.
that's where the ride will be.
Free fall.
None of us here are architects, but I don't know how this building is going to work. But I would have thought the free fall drop would be at the top of the building and everything else be at the bottom of the building. But I guess I don't really know how.
Maybe they
architects-
want it to be like different.
I think it's gonna be like a Tower of Terror type of thing.
You think it's to be Tower of Terror?
Yeah, like how it's like indoors.
I want it to be like me attached to like some bungee cords, and then they just drop me.
I feel like that's not the same thing and a little scary.
I feel like
Little harness moments.
Oh, whoa, Victor is
Oh,
screen
Victor is
sharing.
screen sharing what the building is
I don't
supposed to
even
look like.
know how to
Oh
describe
my.
this to the listeners. It
Oh my.
literally looks like I don't know.
looks
It looks like a
like-
building with a
Whoa.
skinny middle and then a little
Snatch.
bit of a thicker top again. I don't know how that's
Yeah.
gonna work.
It does
It's
kind of look
very-
like a
A
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
Yeah, they can look it up if they're interested. But this is interesting. I'm excited for this just because I feel like New York has like specifically Times Square doesn't have any interactive things to do. It's just here, spend
Mhm.
your money things to do. But at
Oh,
least you
yeah.
can spend your money to do something fun.
I can spend a lot of money in Times Square.
Yeah.
Little
I
tip.
can and I have.
Don't eat at the restaurant before going on the ride.
Oh yeah, I feel like
Just
that's
don't do that.
Smart.
Just
well,
don't do
I
that,
feel like
guys.
that's why the restaurant's at the top, right? So you go up the building.
Oh,
You check in the hotel, you go to the ride, and then you go up to dinner.
Imagine being at the top floor being like, oh no, I have a meeting downtown in 5 minutes. I need to get to the bottom as quickly as possible. I know what to do. Free fall.
That would be like a sick elevator.
That would be.
Imagine going in it not knowing it's a free fall, thinking
Oh
it's the elevator.
Probably just a really fast elevator.
It is.
Alex Braun, change your mic. Go to the other mic.
Other mic.
Alex.
He just scoots off the frame.
He said, scoot, scoot, scoot,
Go
scoot.
to the other one.
This one,
Alex?
Keep going.
Alex, where are you?
the one.
We're
right
trying to find Alex currently.
Hello.
Oh,
You got Alex.
Yay.
Go through 'cause those mics
Hello?
aren't labeled in the other studio, so we kind of have to just guess.
I'm just scooting around.
Thank you, Alex.
that was good.
No, but that should be the ride. It should be just an elevator that falls.
But that's what they are. It's just really fast elevator.
But I feel like if you don't harness yourself in, that's really dangerous.
No, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the second
I-
you fall,
Danger's-
you're slamming to the top of it.
Danger's my middle name.
Right.
Danger.
Right.
Gabrielle Danger Lutz.
Ooh,
Wow.
fancy.
Thank
That's
you,
me.
guy. Anyways, I want to talk about this next story for our last 5 minutes.
Okay.
So
you my Chick-fil-A.
we're gonna talk about some Chick-fil-A.
You
I
my
know this is a
number
touchy
one.
subject, so we're gonna handle with care.
Oh,
But Chick-fil-A has a new rule.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna hear about it. a Pennsylvania Chick-fil-A did something none of us expected, but we were all low-key wanting it to happen. They are banning 16-year-olds from eating in the fast food restaurant.
Why strictly 16-year-olds?
Because they're horrible.
Because
It's
they're the
anyone under
problem.
16.
Oh, it's anyone under 16.
They're the
They-
problem.
Chick-fil-A in Royersford, Pennsylvania, has decided to ban anyone under 16 to eat inside the restaurant unless they are accompanied by an adult. In a Facebook post, they said, quote, "To dine in our restaurant, anyone under the age of 16 is required to be accompanied by an adult. If not accompanied by an adult, they may come in to purchase food but must take it to go," end quote. The post also said they took this decision because when these teens are not in school, they come to the fast food chain with explicit language and mistreatment of property.
Explicit language. I have to
Yikes.
cover my face because I myself
We're a 16-year-old with explicit language.
and
Not
still a
me.
21-year-old with explicit
Mm,
language.
that's
Only
so
God
real.
knows.
Gabby, what are
Couldn't
you
be me.
talking about? Not us.
It's
Oh.
always me.
Angels.
You're cursing at a Chick-fil-A. Like, what are you doing?
There's a
You have
reason.
humanity.
Chick-fil-A could very well be
I-
the house of God.
I
Like when you're ordering your food.
I don't curse at the workers, but like when I'm
When
sitting
you're
there, I'm
sitting
like,
and you're having a conversation,
Okay,
Victor. Have
but-
you had a meal
are
with
you
somebody?
gonna have a conversation with me?
I'm not saying that, but like, they're being teens and they're being annoying, and that's probably what they're doing.
I know.
Annoyances.
No one's
No,
questioning
that's
that.
not what they're saying. They're literally saying that you can get it to go, but you gotta leave after you get it.
Yeah, you
They
can't-
don't
So
want
they're
to
not cursing out
disturb the
employees, they're
children.
being
Yeah.
disturbing.
But you're like, when you're talking to me, you're having a conversation, it's okay to curse.
It's
But,
the
like,
children and the
you're
old
like
people they're
saying
watching out for.
like, this
There's
kid-
specific conversations I can have.
Sailing.
Ah, whatever.
In public,
It's okay
in
when
a
it's you.
Chick-fil-A.
In a Chick-fil-A.
But I have
Like
a,
it's okay when
always.
it's you, but not one of the 16-year-olds doing it.
Getting a little louder here.
I've got
Defending himself there.
What's your question, Alex?
He was the 16-year-old.
He was the
Alex, what are you
16-year-old.
thinking over there?
okay, so if they're banning everybody 16 and below,
Unless
Right.
you're accompanied by an adult.
unless you're accompanied by adult,
An adult.
like, so there's just gonna be no more kids.
No, the kids are going to be allowed, but they can't be
In there
there
without an
alone.
adult.
Okay,
And if
so
you're like
There's no
15, 16,
8-year-old.
you can go and get food, but you
There's
can't eat
only
it in the
one
restaurant.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I know what you're getting at.
It's only one Chick-fil-A.
Because they
guys.
have the playground in it, right? Is that what
What?
you're getting at?
they got playgrounds
Oh
at
my
Chick-fil-A?
God. Oh my
I
God.
think we need to put playgrounds in fast food
It's
restaurants,
like-
but allow adults to use them.
Oh, yeah.
My brain cells
Nobody's
just all
stopping.
died, and there's not many of them left, and they all just died and need to
Staff is
go.
all
How
stopping
did you
me.
not know that there was playgrounds in Chick-fil-A's?
I knew there
I
was
still do that.
ones in McDonald's and like Burger King's, but not Chick-fil-A's.
That
No,
McDonald's.
but a lot of them don't have them anymore, but they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
I miss them.
What are they like, chicken themed?
No, they're just like regular
No,
playgrounds.
guys.
It's just little. It's just little.
I knew
indoor
about the
playground.
McDonald's play place. I didn't know
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A did it.
Yeah,
I
Chick-fil-A
did.
did, but better.
Yeah, they did.
Just like everything else.
Yeah,
Except
just like
Thing.
except for certain
things.
things.
The homophobia. But
Other
like,
than
I
that-
get you. I
other
get what
than
you're
that,
saying.
Their chicken nuggets are fire.
Oh,
Yeah, they are. And some
chicken
people
nuggets
might-
and waffle fries.
Ooh.
Ooh,
And some people might be
Some cheese
upset.
sauce
and
on the
say,
side.
The cheese sauce.
Oh, the
Oh, that
cheese
cheese.
sauce.
Sauce.
now I kind of want Chick-fil-A nuggets.
There's one up the road. Let's go.
That's where we're going after this show. Is we're gonna get a Chick-fil-A.
Trip.
With the
Chicken-
fritters? No way.
Chicken
Aw.
nugget moment, guys.
Who's in? Relaxing, feeling
They have-
good.
Yeah, they have nugget sandwiches.
Yeah, but
Do
the
they
chicken
make
minis.
biscuit with honey?
Yeah.
Nugget biscuit.
That bread is
I had
cute.
Chick-fil-A breakfast recently, and it's so dense but so good.
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
It sounds like it'd be dense, but
the
did
density,
they put
guys.
honey on it?
This
'Cause there's no
is
such
why
place to put
I
honey.
didn't include this story in because now I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
I'm
actually.
so hungry right now. It's not even funny.
We can't do this
I'm okay.
anymore. Ian's like,
Yeah,
fine.
Fine.
Whatever. Be
Alex,
safe.
how do you feel? Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry.
Me
I'll
too.
drink a coffee. And
Yeah.
Hungry
I can
for
always eat.
more.
Yeah,
Hungry
Rizzler.
for
Hungry for
more
power.
Morning Buzz.
Buzz.
You can tune in tomorrow to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Yeah, you heard me. WMSC Upper Montclair. We have the Morning Buzz every weekday. And if you are okay without listening to us, which I don't know why you would be because we're just so fabulous on Wednesday, you can hear Tuesday. Wow, tomorrow's not Tuesday. You can hear Thursday's
Thursday.
Morning Buzz. But for now, our time is up.
Aw.
and now I want food. I
Mm.
know it's so sad. I know it's a tragedy, but if you stay tuned, we have the floor of the Forgotten Borough
Woo
with
woo.
Aiden and Nicole here on WMSC. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see you not next week because spring break, but the week after that.
Woo woo.
Spring break.